What is up, Scar Knight, bringing you a non-Pokemon Sun and Moon thing. This is a video that it's features that I want personally in Pokemon Sun and Moon. If you are watching this, just know, obviously, that I like Pokemon. And if you like Pokemon too, or any video games, please subscribe or press that like button if you like this video, because I got a lot of great things that I would like in these games. Now, let me first start off with Pokemon moves that I want. Now, to make good Pokemon moves, you have to think about what evens out the metagame, because you don't want to just say, oh, I want a super powerful move like Judgment and Hyper Beam. No, you can't just say that, you know, you have to actually have some thought into it. Now, over the years, I noticed things, you notice things here and there. And like Generation 1 and 2 really got overpowered by Psychic-type Pokemon. That was the overkill. And that is what, outranks everything pretty much. And it's not till Generation 2 Dark-type Pokemon came out, and it really didn't, it cleared some things, it kind of evened out, but Psychic types were always supreme. And then up until Generation 3, up until like 5, Dragon types reigned supreme, and Steel types were overpowered. It's not till Generation 6, they're still trying to work things out, and everything's a little bit more evened out. But now Fairy types are now a problem. The newest type that they try to clear off Dragon types because they were overpowered. So now Fairy types are the overpowered Pokemon here, because this high special defense and special attack is really a problem. And what I would like to even out the playing field, because you have to think about some types that are lacking and some types that doesn't need improvement. And when I think of types that doesn't need improvement, it has to be like the water type. Water types are okay since the beginning of everything, pretty much. Just really think about it. All great water moves like Hydro Pump and Surf and Waterfall over the years, it just keeps getting better and better. So they really don't need anything, especially since they also learn ice moves. They learn Ice Beam, and that clears off Dragon types. Some water types learn Thunderbolt, and that's crazy. And it just depends on what the water Pokemon really is that really clears all these Pokemon. And they don't really need anything. There would be one move that I would give them, and I'll get to that in a little bit. So moves that I would like is like a different variation of U-Turn and Volt Switch. So I would like to have 3 types for this one. Of course, I just mentioned the water type Pokemon, water type moves, that is. I would like a water type U-Turn or Volt Switch, whatever it is, it's the same thing. They have the same power, I believe. A ice type U-Turn Volt Switch and a fire type U-Turn Volt Switch. And the reason I would like that is because it would make it more momentum shift, even though, yeah, like I said, water types, they don't need improvement, but just really think about it, like Pokemon like Floatzel and Starmie and any other water fast Pokemon like Greninja, even though that doesn't really need help, but really having that fast momentum really would take part and would greatly benefit the metagame. So you would call it like wash cycle or something like that. So you would hit it and then you would return, and therefore you could choose your Pokemon that you would want, and that would either be like a slow wash cycle or a fast one. Same goes for Flare Switch. Pokemon like Rapidash and Infernape, even though he could learn U-Turn, would greatly benefit from a Flare Switch. That's what I would like to call the Fire U-Turn Volt Switch move. Ice Pokemon desperately need something, because I'll explain that in a little bit as well. But Ice type Pokemon I don't even know, Weavile would greatly benefit from the Ice type U-Turn, I suppose, Volt Switch. What other Ice Pokemon? I guess, Rotom Freeze doesn't really quite need it. So those 3 Pokemon would have, what I want a U-Turn Volt Switch scenario, or not scenario, but, typing, fire, ice, and water. And I'll get more into the U-Turn Volt Switch because, yeah, sure, it would be great to add every single type with that move, but then you wouldn't really get diversity, and that's what we're looking for here. But I would also add U-Turn Volt Switch to the next Pokemon types that I would like to mention, because there is, I want to say, 3 main Pokemon types that are lacking in the metagame, and I kind of want to put one different type to the side, and I'll explain that in a little bit as well. But the 3 types I want to go clear is Dark type Pokemon, Bug type Pokemon, and Poison type Pokemon. And you could say, yeah, Poison type has a major buff because the fact is, you know, it's Fairy's weakness and is the only hope Poison types will have. But if you just look at all the Poison type moves, there's really, it's a type that really needs to be benefited through strategy. So you got moves like Venoshock that doubles in power if the Pokemon's already poisoned, like the opponent's Pokemon. And, you know, there's other Pokemon moves like, I believe one of the moves were like, I forget, like if the Pokemon's poison and you use this move, it drops down their stats like drastically or something like that. And, you know, one of the strongest moves is Belch, where you have to eat a berry, you have to consume this berry, and then a really high amount of poison base power will come out of this move. And it's not, like, I don't understand why they have to put so much strategy just to put this power behind these Pokemon moves, because if you look at other moves, you could just Hyper Beam something, Outrage, Draco Meteor, you know, just use a powerful move, Wild Charge, Flare Blitz, anything like that, and it's over, you know. And it's like, you don't need to put strategy into it. You just have to, like, well, it's still a strategy here, because, you know, Draco Meteor drops your special attack a lot, and Outrage makes you stuck on the move and then eventually be confused, and Flare Blitz and Wild Charge loses your health. But then, you know, if the opponent knows what you're trying to do, oh, he must have Belch or something, and I see a Citrus Berry, and then, oh, there you go, let's switch into this Pokemon, then, you know, they can see it coming a mile away. Unless, like, it's like you eat the berry, but then you would have to be half health because you can't just eat the berry. Then again, you could do like Bug Bite and then eat the berry or something and then use the move. But then not all poison types can learn that. I mean, we're talking Scolipede now, right? But yeah, there's also moves like Gunk Shot. It's one of the strongest moves there is, besides Venoshock doubling his power to 130. But Gunk Shot's 120 power, but it's very inaccurate. And some moves that I would like to put in there is, besides the U-turn Volts, which poison type move, that would be great. But they need a poison type Flare Blitz or Wild Charge. I would call it like Dumpster Dive or something like that. It needs something that doesn't need to put strategy, because not other types have to have this. You know, it's kind of weird to just say, oh, well, you know, Kingdra has to, you know, use this item to use Hydro Cannon or something. That doesn't seem right, you know. For bug type Pokemon, the strongest move is Mega Horn, and very few bug Pokemon can learn it, like Heracross, Escavalier, Scolipede, very few. And most other Pokemon types has like Mega Horn, like Absol, Nidoking, Rhyperior, like Pokemon that aren't bug type. And I really want to emphasize on type Pokemon, not really the types of moves that they have. It's different talking about water Pokemon that can learn ice, but it's not the same actually with ice Pokemon, you know, because they have to work offense and defense. And I'll get to ice Pokemon like I mentioned, or I didn't even say that, but dark type Pokemon as well. Like, I'm looking, there's so many moves, but like none of them that, like, there's moves like Crunch and Night Slash. Night Slash is strong, and you know, there's other moves like Punishment, but this is another type of situation where Bug, Dark, and Poison needs similar moves such as normal Fire, Water, Electric, and now Grass. Grass is getting a huge buff in Gen 7 because they have like Solar Blade and they got Leaf Edge. You know, something that evens out in the beginning of the Pokemon games, because this is before I found out about Leaf Edge and Solar Blade, and I was thinking, yeah, Grass type Pokemon, I can't just say, oh, use the strongest moves, because there's also, when you're leveling up a Pokemon, they need these type of moves. So same goes for flying type Pokemon. Besides Gust, they need something else besides Gust, because I think Gust is just a special move and Peck is physical, but I think Gust is stronger, yeah? I'm not quite sure. but they need something down the road as well. Now, the thing that I really want to talk about is Ice-type Pokemon, because the thing about Ice-type Pokemon is that they're really horrible defense-wise. Now, just think of like an Avalugg, or just think about the last gen and the 6th gen. Like, they were really easy, because by then you would have at least one Pokemon that would be stronger than him. So, Ice is weak to Rock, Fire, Steel, Fighting. What else? I think they may be it, but that's very common type if you really think about it that way. And they're strong in so many other things, but like by then you would have some counter that goes against it. That's why Ice is probably the least used out there, besides like Dark. Dark is like the least offensive type, so this is why I want to even out everything and to put in a situation where I would like to make Ice Pokemon stronger and Dark type Pokemon stronger. So the way you would do that, besides just adding Pokemon, is have some actual moves to back it up, because you can't just say, oh, I want to have this cool Dark type Pokemon, but then it won't have great moves after that. Like, just exclude all the legendary moves like Oblivion Wing, because you won't have that to back it up. Now, for Ice type Pokemon, the interesting thing is, and I'm glad I did research on it, is that they have this move called Freeze Dry, which actually is super effective against Water type Pokemon. Now, I want to keep that same concept, because not a single Water type can learn it, except for like, I think very few Ice type Pokemon can learn it, and it's just Ice type, not Water type, because all Water types can learn Ice Beam, but just Ice type Pokemon, and keep it close together so it's just them that can use these type of moves. So I would have literally all these weaknesses for all these moves that could go power over any single type, because Ice type Pokemon are strong against Dragon, Flying, Grass, what else? Ground, and I think that's it really. But like, have Ice type Pokemon that are weak against their resistances and they're super effective Pokemon, because this would help out, and it will help out in strategy as well. So have an Ice type move that's overpowers Fire type Pokemon, because it's not the first time you've seen in like different games and different genres where Ice actually beats Fire, you know. I don't know what it would call it. It would just be called Freeze Over, and it would be super effective against Fire type Pokemon. So let's say Nicargo or something, or not Nicargo, let's say Camerupt would be quite effective because you're using Freeze Over, and there you go, no more Camerupt, and that would greatly benefit like the Ice type Pokemon. And then have a Rock type super effective move, like it would be called Stone Cold or something like that. Have Steam Boston come out of nowhere and bash this Pokemon on the head. No, but just keep on adding where you could break these super effective Pokemon down, because that's what really cripples the Ice type Pokemon. Now also add this for Steel types, and I don't know, the Cold Steel, and then have Stone Cold beat them up anyway. I don't know, along those lines. What's another? I feel like there's more Ice type weaknesses that they have, but just keep it only for Ice type Pokemon. Make them special, make them more, you know, approachable. Besides Pokemon like Mamoswine and Weavile, and sometimes Beartic, I don't know, they're hardly ever used. And those are the type of moves that I would give them. Hopefully this would make sense. Of course, I would like to add some Pokemon moves down the road for like early Pokemon usage, like Flying types. I think they need something, and again, Dark types, because Dark type moves are like the weakest thing. All you get is like Feint Attack. Definitely have a Dark type move like Dark Ball or something. I don't know. Ice type moves as well, actually, now that I think about it, because you get like Icicle Spear, Icy Wind, that's a garbage move. Aurora Beam isn't all that strong in the beginning. It gets weak real quick after a couple tries, but those are all the Pokemon moves I want to cover. Now for features in Pokemon, I really do like the Battle Frontier, and I wouldn't mind having that afterwards. But my best thing that I do like is like what Oraz did with the Delta chapter. Have some extra story that really benefits the main story. You know, the after game, I feel, has to have something. Have a region on there. Everybody, I mean, that's the reason why I like Gold, Silver, and Crystal so much, is because you visit a whole region. Except don't limit it down like they did, because all the trainers were super weak. It didn't really make me feel like a champion. It just made me feel like all these kids are pushovers. But I get what they were going for. But have it where, I mean, I would say, like, have it where it feels like a new adventure. Because really think about Gold, Silver, and Crystal. Like when you first got off the SS Aqua, I think it was, you're already in the 3rd gym, so you have no choice but to try to make your way back to the first town, because everybody's well aware, like, oh, this isn't the first place, I'm in the middle of the region, you know? So, you know, working your way past Vermilion and trying to go past Saffron to go to Cerulean, and then try to help them out with the power plant, to try to go past Snorlax and use the radio car, and then go to Ridiculous Cave, and then go to Pewter City, then go to Viridian City, then you finally made it to Pallet Town. Oh, hey, Professor Oak. Yeah, I'm mostly done already. So all I need is like 2-3 gym badges left, and then I'd be on my way to go on the mountains for some reason, and then there you go. So it doesn't feel like a new adventure. It just feels like I'm doing extra things, but in a different place. It may not sound, I mean, I really do like it, I do, but it just didn't feel like a challenge very much. The gym leaders did, not everything else, you know? Even like the villain that was in the after game when I had to help out the power plant, they were super weak. And, you know, some gym leaders were pushovers because you already got it down. The real challenges was towards the end of the after game. So, what I would like to do, I mean, a lot of people are saying, like, in Sun and Moon that, oh, you could go visit back to Kalos. You know, there's the whole southern part of the region that nobody ever visited, so why not go there? And why not go to Johto as well? No, I'm just kidding. I don't think anybody would like to go. Well, maybe, I don't know. It'd be cool. For some reason, when I said Johto, I pictured Kanto, so I'm not really sure. It would be cool. Visit a region that you already been to before. Just don't go back to Kanto. And maybe it's not that bad of an idea going back to Hoenn, but then people would feel like, oh, I just been to Hoenn. I just played Oraz. So I don't know. It really depends on you. If you don't want to visit something you visited recently, then don't go to Hoenn or don't go to Sinnoh. Maybe they'll have a region for... I mean, but then in that case, then you wouldn't visit Kalos either. So, maybe Johto is the best option. Other features that I would like is the Pokeathlon. I actually didn't try it, but like it looks fun. A little bit I've seen, that'd be pretty cool. But like I said, the Delta chapters, like that type of storyline would be amazing. Have that in that region. What's another thing? I forget what it was. Like I had a whole list of things and I just don't remember. There was a couple of Sun and Moon stuff that I did forget to mention, like, I don't know, like the photogenic thing where you could take pictures of Pokemon, where you could see in certain places in Sun and Moon where you could go through like a cracked wall and see Pikachu on the other side and take pictures of them, or go to Pony Island and you could see Dragonite in the sky and try to take a picture of him, and it's a little bit hard. And, you know, take pictures of other Pokemon that you see going by, but it's in certain locations. Like, it's one of those things where, I want to say, like, in that region. What's another thing? I forget what it was. Like, I had a whole list of things and I just don't remember. There was a couple of Sun and Moon stuff that I did forget to mention, like, I don't know, like the photogenic thing where you could take pictures of Pokemon, where you could see in certain places in Sun and Moon where you could go through like a cracked wall and see Pikachu on the other side and take pictures of him, or go to Pony Island and you could see Dragonite in the sky and try to take a picture of him, and it's a little bit hard. And, you know, take pictures of other Pokemon that you see going by, but it's in certain locations. Like, it's one of those things where I want to say, like, it reminds me of Majora's Mask, you know, when you look through the telescope and it sets off an event, so you only see what's happening, all these stuff going through, like, you know, the Deku Scrub coming out of nowhere, or in 3D land when you're looking through that telescope, Toad does something and he tosses you a green star. Oh hey Mario, here's a green star! Stuff like that. Other things I did forget to mention about Sun and Moon is that grooming is not a thing. It's like a Pokemon-me type of feel. It's not like it's a thing now, but there's some added features on that. So, for example, you could, like, I feel like it's after a battle, like let's say you battled a Wishcash or something, and he did like water gun. You could actually blow dry that thing with a Porygon blow dryer. Or if that same Wishcash like did Mud Slap on you and your little Rowlet's dirty for whatever reason, despite him being a flying type, you could, like, you know, brush him off with that dust or comb off the thorns or whatever if there's thorns in that mud for some strange reason. There's certain items there, because there's like a Tyranitar comb and a Porygon blow dryer and certain other items like a brush and a swab that cleans off the Pokemon, and it really makes the Pokemon affectionate. There's also like a potion healing thing where, just in case a Pokemon's paralyzed or poisoned, you could heal it right up. So maybe you won't really necessarily need these items anymore, and it actually affects the Pokemon. They care for you more, and they'll battle harder for you. And of course, just like Pokemon, I mean, these Pokemon don't want to get touched in certain places, but certain other places they would like to be touched. I mean, that sounds questionable, but let's just, you know, take it with a grain of salt. And that's pretty much everything that I have forgotten. So that would be it for this video. I can't really think of any other Sun and Moon features, even though I had like a list and I left it somewhere. But if you do like this video, don't forget, what did I say? Don't forget to press that like button. And if you are interested, and if you like video games, how I like to say it, you might like my stuff. With that being said, join the White Tigers and Dragons, subscribe, and you've been scarred by the night. I'm out!